That was a bit of a surprise. Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's Sunday again, 5 p.m. So, unsurprisingly, that means, it's game playing time on this channel again. And, yeah. Looking forward to what we're doing. So, as you can tell from the new title, The Inquisition, what a show, The Inquisition, there you go. We're infiltrating the Second Inquisition, also known as the Society of Saint Leopold, apparently. We've been working up to this for a while, and here we are. Hello, Ada, how's it going? Yeah. Are we all ready to actually start this? By the way, I've been doing a few streams here and there during the week. Nothing like announced or planned or scheduled or something, so the only way to find out about them is really either via Twitch notifications, Gone Live, or my Twitter, which is @OliWitness, just like here, or my Mastodon, which is @OliWitness at mastodon.technology, or via the Discord, where the bot should also post a going live notification. And yeah, so these streams are programming streams, retro programming streams, in fact. So I've been writing a program in, well, I've been using macOS 9, but I've been trying to stick to API from 3 system releases before, System 6. So, if that sort of thing is your thing, then drop by. I'll also, I've uploaded those streams to my technology channel, Masters of the Void. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can scroll down and see those streams as videos if you follow the link on the front page of my channel to the other channel, which is not the other channel. There is actually a channel of that name that I occasionally watch. And Tony knows all the things in these streams. How? Yeah, so there is a streamer I can shout him out while we're here. So Tony works on his own Mac emulator. So software that pretends to be an old Mac. And in fact, he is, like most emulators that exist so far, are programs that just simulate the computer. And you have to provide your own, like you have to read out the ROM chip of a real Mac and place it as a file next to that emulator, and you have to get your own macOS 9 system CDs and install them. And what Tony is actually doing is amazing. He is basically writing his emulator contains his own imitation version of all the code that is in the ROMs and of the code that is provided by the operating system. And so, you know, if you've actually written even just parts of the operating system, that might explain why you will why you would know all these little details about the operating system. So that's a really cool thing, a really cool person to have there in the streams, and you can actually, like, he's been chatting in the previous streams, so there was a lot to learn for me, not just for others. So yeah, that's, the name is Tonix68K on Twitch, and the emulator he's working on has a website with a blog. You cannot download that emulator right now, but it's called Mace, M-A-C-E, and you can find it at mace.software. So if you're interested in that stuff, the blog is really interesting if you're into retro programming of any kind, because he basically describes all the things they have to do in the emulator to make stuff work. So, yeah, amazing stuff, and I guess this concludes the ads. Not as if I get paid for anything I do here on these streams or on YouTube, so I don't make any money, but hey. Yeah, but let's get to the game then, I guess. So we recently, last stream, walked into this room, PR segment, yeah. Kind of in, it's not really a few messages from our sponsors, it's more, in eigener Sache. I don't know how you would say that in English. Yeah, I don't really see anything. So I guess... Okay, that computer doesn't work.
Unbelievable. Fucking implants. Yeah, it's me again. I can't get into anything.
Okay, go to the database.
I'm telling you, the database is locked. If I keep it up, I'll block the entire system.
Oh, we need to collaborate.
Sorry, I don't see what else I could do to help you. I'd ask Stanford himself, but he's not on this floor.
Have you tried the archives?
The archives? You think so? Maybe. I'll take a look. Well, if I could open the door.
Alright, I guess we'll look around. There's a pink pen on there. Looks almost... Nah, I guess it's a pen with a cap or something. Almost looked like a crayon because it was so stubby and thick. I just learned that this is the PR manager of Twitch, so hey, use this emote. Ah, okay. What's the... PR chase. Ah, okay, it's even named PR, that's good.
I like working at night. It's quieter.
So he said that Stanford is in the archives, possibly. So I guess that's where we want to get. Clinic, Treasure, Pyre, Hexagon.
Oh. Is that it?
Different laboratory wings.
It's weird that it's like it's a hexagon, so writing hexagon is kind of okay, yeah. And that above it, the central hub is an octagon. But why does it have an E at the end? Like gone, not here anymore. Lab, locker room, airlock, manipulation unit.
I know it's there.
Okay, so the place where we came from isn't even on this map. This is all that's coming up. Consultation room, conservation room, museum, prison elevator, St. Leopold Society members.
3 members of the Society of St. Leopold are in charge on this floor. Faverone, Mana, and Gallagher.
Okay, Mana. Faverone. Okay. Clinic manager. Joseph Manny, treasure department manager. And Gallagher, pyre manager. Okay, so slowly getting an idea what's going on here. So, so not sure what a manipulation unit is. But there are is an experimentation room with its associated observation room. And there's a lab. And a hospital, I guess. And cold storage, I guess, makes sense. You know, maybe to keep corpses, not just vampires, but humans. Treasure, restoration storage, archives, library. So treasure is probably more knowledge. Starts with a museum, which is interesting. Consultation, conservation room, not sure what those are for. But the pyre seems like, quote unquote, the unethical experiments department. Sounds like the opposite of cold storage, yeah. It's also, interestingly, if you look at the shape, it's almost like church-shaped. Barrel room. Workshop. So shooting range back there is interesting. And decay study. We know that Stanford was taking apart vampires and trying to figure out what they can take and things like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if decay study is kind of something like that. Where they just box in some vampires and check, you know, what they can take. And maybe the shooting range being next to that is kind of the same. But so the archives is where we want to get. And that's at the back of that green room. So we somehow have to get through that door like this guy. Implant database. Key government agent clearance levels. Society of St. Leopold clearance levels. Are the red ones. Oh, so we can... Wasn't there a person who was forced to shoot at someone, not just a pig? I vaguely remember such a scene.
Come on, monster.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. If it was in this game, I might have just forgotten it.
An implant database. If it were unlocked, I could locate Stanford, but I would need a red implant to do that. One from the Society of St. Leopold. What do these symbols mean?
So, GPS location needs square. Status needs X. And last used means omega.
That should work.
Oh, and I only have one attempt because...
What's that? Oh, what now? Please, the door won't open. I thought your test was over.
Yeah, but you have to put everything back the way it was. Otherwise, the security blocks everything. I'll take care of it, but I have to finish this first.
Very practical.
That's why we do our tests in the middle of the night.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're in a hurry, you can take a look.
I'll wait.
All right, so
I'm getting tired. Oh.
I guess the clearance levels are in ascending order. So x omega square. So we'd somehow have to get a square before we can find this. And that would anyway be smarter because the GPS location of Stanford would probably be useful for us. To find out where to kill him. Read. Organization changes. Following the arrival of our friends from the Society of St. Leopold, we have updated the maps of the different levels. We are pleased to welcome Chiara Favaroni, who is in charge of the clinic. Joseph Manny is at the helm of the Treasure Department. L. Gallagher will be in charge of the Pyre. Please see them to get acquainted with the leaders of each section. Each section leader has been given a red level clearance that is superior to the existing ones. Please show them the utmost respect, Captain Lyons.
This appears to be from the last century.
Well, he would know. I like that he has this arrogant way about him that kind of, when he makes comments like that, they always kind of, you know, fall back on him.
That should work.
The scene I meant was from a superhero show I watched around the same time. That could be possible. I'm trying to remember if I saw any show where something like that happened, but I can't think of anything. I'm a bit disappointed here. It's... feels kind of limited here.
That should work.
A blast door. This base must have been used during the Cold War.
Because I don't think there was anything...
All that for nothing.
And that's where we came from. So the problem is, the only thing we seem to be able to do is talk with him. I kind of thought, you know, there would be a lot of now find this machine, find an implant, find this.
Oh. Is that it?
System standard. LVA alternative current.
I'm getting tired. Oh.
Read. Oh. Test number 254, power surge. To test the resistance of an electrical installation and the equipment connected to it by overloading its voltage. Connect the testing device and activate all the fuses. Wait 45 minutes. The testing device will beep to warn you. 3. The test is complete. Check the testing device for the result. Deactivate fuses until you reach the standard voltage of your installation. See page 38. Make sure your system is working as usual. So, voltage standards. VLV, very low voltage. Alternating current 35 volts, direct current 110 volts.
I'm getting
LVA, low voltage A, which is what was on that note. Alternating current 220 volts, direct current 430 volts. And it says alternating current, that note here. So we should set it to 220. Low voltage B. Alternating current 750 volt, direct current 1250 volt. Successfully completed. So I guess we'll just randomly start pushing buttons and see what happens.
That changed the number that's displayed.
70 to 85. Okay, let's... I think it's time for notes. Okay, so we have 8 buttons. So let's draw.
all that for nothing.
Alright, so the second from the bottom is 15, 70, 85 here.
Tired. Oh.
That's 15. That's 5. Five, 10. So that's 75. And the bottom one?
I don't understand.
465. So to 585 would be 120.
Oh. Is that it?
490 to 585.
That should work.
So that's 95. $385 to 585 is 200.
I don't understand.
535 to 585, so that's 50.
That should work.
And the top one, 560. So that's 25. So now we have to manage 220s somehow. Okay, so we have This button is 200. This button is 15, and this one is 5. So if we leave those on and turn everything else off, we should be at 220. Yeah.
Oh.
Deactivate fuses until you reach the standard voltage of your installation. Make sure your system is working as usual. Then there's high voltage A and high voltage B, which I didn't even see yet.
All that for nothing.
Alternative current? I'm a bit confused.
I'm getting
Oh, LVA,
tired.
alternating current. So the artist, I guess, typed wrong. Or wrote wrong. If I 4 successfully completed.
That's more like it.
Oh, there's a switch. Can we... Oh.
There we go. Finally. I hope I find something in the archives. But I doubt I will.
All right. Oh, of course, maybe I should have talked to him.
It looks like a converted military base. Left over from the Cold War, most likely.
Said that before. Ah, okay. There's some people we can feed on. That's good to know. That's another device. Okay. Yeah, we're still... we know this.
When you're done with that, get started on cleaning the last tank.
Very well.
That doesn't look good. To all SAD squad leaders, the new audio headset system has been ready for some time, but you'll be able to test it in the field soon. I know it won't be your top priority, but I need as much as feedback as possible on the situations you encounter. In my opinion, synthesizing the surrounding voices should be enough to counteract the blank body's mental manipulations. I'm looking forward to getting the results. Oh, okay. So this is why we weren't able to convince him before. Because they have the headsets that kind of garble the voices. Fascinating. Whoops. Who would EG be? So obviously our goal is to go into the archives.
Hurry up, Henry. What part of I need those results wasn't clear? A child would understand. Why can't you?
That's a lot of blood. What are they doing here?
Well, obviously not cleaning.
Not everyone has work to do, but I do.
Give me. Weird. Okay.
The latest results aren't good. All right, that's better.
Certificate of voluntary participation in the experiments of the Society of St. Leopold. Volunteer copy. I, Mark Bain, hereby waive my rights as an American citizen. I authorize the Society of St. Leopold in the person of Dr. Favaroni to conduct such experiments as it deems necessary to further the higher purpose we hold in common, namely the eradication of the threat of creatures of darkness that are infiltrating our society. That's going to have power in a court. I waive any right of withdrawal and realize that these experiments may present a risk to my physical, moral, or spiritual well-being. Signed in 3 copies on August 4th, 2019 in Boston, Massachusetts.
The latest results aren't good.
So this is definitely not the ethical testing department.
All right.
The trick is to survive until you get to court. Yeah. Subject, organization changes. That's the same thing we've already read.
The latest results aren't good.
I wish there was a way in games, in every game basically, to bookmark locations. So that I can say, you know, oh, here's a lock to pick that I haven't dealt with. Bookmark. And then I can look on the map and it will show me, okay, you haven't done this bookmark
All right.
yet.
That's better.
Human blood? I thought they only studied us.
I guess they need a baseline. From Nathan to me. Suit. I had a little problem during the last experiment. My suit's got a hole in it. Barbaroni will have the chance to strangle me a dozen times before they fix it for me. Can I borrow yours? I need to see you to talk about our boss. I can't take it anymore. Patient 49-2. I observed unexpected cellular regeneration on a severed limb. Obviously it didn't last, but I consider this man to be my lucky patient. He must be kept under observation. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, I wonder if they're trying to do the usual, you know, how can we get the powers of a vampire without the bloodlust thing? To fight the vampires better. Unfortunately, nothing we tried worked. The volunteer went into cardiac arrest during the night. We're running out of volunteers. We'll have to find another solution.
Concentrate.
Tell me you weren't there for Favarone's meltdown.
I only caught the end.
Great. She yells at me in front of everyone now. It's her way of motivating the troops.
There are less painful techniques.
I'd be a lot faster if I didn't have to double as her personal assistant. I'm in the middle of a promising procedure, but I keep getting interrupted. No matter, I'd better stop complaining.
It can't be easy for a professional like you to have someone poking sticks in your spokes.
It's hard to complain because she's very efficient. And she's not just anyone in the Society of St. Leopold. She adapted very quickly here, got the attention of the higher-ups. So, I deal with it. For the cause.
Henry, if you don't want to be the next body under my scalpel, I need those lab results by tomorrow.
I'll be going now.
Back to work.
His mask is very weird. Like, it seems as if they just put a texture on where the mouth would be with the mask. And so when he's talking, the mask like moves exaggeratedly.
Favarone thinks I work better under pressure.
It would appear they are attempting to use our regenerative abilities on humans. They'll never be able to do it. Notes on cell renewal.
I got your email. Look at the lucky patient's number. Signed, Henry.
All right. Concentrate.
$14.92.
If Favarone thinks I work better under pressure.
The keyboard, I think. No? I thought the keyboard had been interactable for a moment there.
All right. Concentrate.
Oh, that was the dot at the bottom of this message. Okay. So something... $14.92.
If Favarone thinks I work better under pressure.
Interesting books. Waste. 10 arrows.
Concentrate.
Basics. Business theory. Warfare. Century. Revelation. Composers, writers, and poets. There's a lot of encyclopedias and a bunch of duplicates. That block on the top is entirely duplicated in the bottom left. I guess that's supposed to be... And that block at the top there is, I think...
Concentrate.
No. Well, anyway, I guess those are all encyclopedias. Okay, that can be opened with a card if we find one.
If Favarone
This bookshelf alone has still more texture pixels than my old copy of Deus Ex. Yep. The original game, yeah. Is a bit dated. Councillor Chiara Favaroni of the Boston Cenacle. It is 3:37 p.m. on September 2nd, 2019. Notes on Experiment 73. This is the third day of the creature's recovery. After complete sectioning, the lesions of the cartilaginous body appear to be completely resorbed. The regrowth does not appear to have been painful, and does not seem to require any specific effort. However, the creature's behavior has become more aggressive. The process must draw upon its reserves of energy. I also observed a strange phenomenon during the creature's recovery. It appeared to be a flow of blood that moved towards the wound, but analysis demonstrated that it was not actually blood. We must expedite our research into this phenomenon. This will be the focus of Henry's team. Chara Favaroni, end of dictation. It's 9:05 on September 4th. Notes on experiment 118. Patient Mark Bain. Oh, that's the person whose consent form we found outside. Is beginning to show signs of dementia. Henry and Lloyd want us to stop. That's out of the question. We won't get any answers if we do things halfway. After all, the patients are volunteers and are well aware of the risks. I demand that experiment 118 be carried to completion no matter the cost. So, Mark Bain is 118 in case that ever comes up again. Cancel it. Favarone. Notes on experiment 117. Patient Georgia Strong has died.
Alright. Concentrate.
A shortage of volunteers is expected. I will speak to Monsignor Stanford about it as soon as possible. Enough time has been wasted already.
If Favarone thinks I work better under pressure.
And 73 was a vampire.
Alright. Concentrate.
Biosafety cabinet. I guess that's the observation room.
He doesn't look too good.
Sick dog. To the procurement manager, I'm sorry to report that the last shipment of lab gloves is not satisfactory. I'm afraid that I will tear them just by putting them on. I'm surprised because I have not had any problems with the materials so far. I therefore suggest that you change your supplier. I'm sending you the boxes of the defective gloves along with this letter. I will only keep one box at the lab in the hope that you will deliver a new shipment soon, so I won't have to put up with these crappy gloves for long. I will not tolerate a mistake like this twice. Favaroni. Okay. Okay. We can't go in there. And yeah, she looks like she might be Favaroni. Maybe Chara is just a bit abrasive. Well, it depends, you know. If you have a lab, and someone delivers you bad safety equipment, I think I could understand, you know, that's like a life and death
If Favarone thinks
thing.
I work better under pressure.
So I don't think... Oh, this is the observation room.
A red implant. Maybe the one that I need.
The epidermis is already breaking down. I've been working on this for way too long.
That looks like it's someone's hand. I guess we can't speak with her? Read label.
This locker belongs to Professor Henry.
So 1492, 1492.
Easy. Those are ideal to avoid contaminating the experiment environment. Bacteriological suits. It's locked.
Okay, so I could go into her with this suit. The head torturer complains about her hands tearing her gloves. I call that abrasive. Oh. Okay. Abrasive literally, sorry. I don't really know.
The latest results aren't good.
Like, it doesn't feel right to go in there with a suit now. Like, it doesn't feel strategic. It would be, you know, the loud approach. You know, she would probably see that we're not Henry, not someone who should be in there. And we'd probably be fighting. Oh, that doesn't look good. Defective item. Electrical panel in the control room. Description. The cable that allows the safety airlock to be closed is severed and needs to be replaced urgently. EG again.
What? What do you want? My time is precious, and I've got a boss breathing down my neck. So if you have no business here, either leave, or I'll call your friends to drag you out of here.
Shut up and listen to me. I'm not here to play games. Nobody has time to waste here. Neither you nor I.
Excuse me. I'm really under pressure right now.
The problem with the tanks?
You know about that? Yeah, that and everything else. There aren't enough of us to keep it all running and keep up the pace. Well, I'll be getting back to work now.
Your shoulder. Are you hurt?
What? Oh, that. No. It's blood, but it's not mine. When you spend your days dissolving bodies, you're bound to get splashed.
I'll be on my way now.
When you spend your way dissolving bodies, yep. So that's what they do in here, I guess.
There's a space for a valve there. Chlorine solution.
That can't be healthy for the people in there.
Chlorine solution.
Well, they even did 2 voice recordings. Note to field operations managers. Although accidents are very rare, they are always fatal. That is why I cannot insist strongly enough on the importance of maintaining your flamethrowers. Flamethrowers, okay. I know you are all experienced and professional operatives, and I do not mean to talk down to you in any way. But all it takes is one moment of inattention, and it's important to repeat it. So it's important to repeat it. The equipment we use is very expensive and very sensitive. A clogged nozzle can have dramatic consequences on the ground. Also, I have noticed that our new recruits are not trained in our protocols. I would appreciate if you could resolve this issue very quickly. E.g.
A removable valve. This isn't for a large pipe.
So...
It's a perfect fit.
So why would we do this? I'm kind of not really... What's your job? Professionally trained flamethrower? You throw flames at what? Classified. So my guess is we can fill these up. Build these up.
Shit.
Okay, that's again the organization changes thing. They really want us to know that. Ooh.
She has a red implant that could help me find Stanford.
Rather effective. That should shut a lot of them up. Who developed this amazing weapon? No, not her. There's no way.
Safety box container. Pyrolysis. To prevent any blank bodies from escaping from the test area, certain safety measures must be followed. The door automatically closes at the beginning of an experiment and remains sealed until the operator inside the area scans his implant or pyrolysis is initiated. Pyrolysis is an intense cleaning process. It burns everything inside the room except for the contents of the protection cell. The process can be initiated from this panel. Warning, make sure there are no humans in the test area. Safety box container.
Nothing. It appears the power is out.
What is the safety box? Discarded prototypes. Pyrum flamethrower. Too expensive for a minimal gain. Ignis grenade. Ignis is Latin for fire, by the way. Presents too great a danger to the thrower. Vesper 9mm bullets. Critical overheating problem. VH stake thrower. Recurrent accuracy problem. EG-14 grenade. Insufficient dispersion. Fulgur. Electric pulse gun. Insufficient power.
It's almost as if it had been gnawed. The wires need to be spliced, but with your bare hands, that will hurt. It appears as if acid has eaten through this cable. That needs to go right to the control panel.
Okay, and for repair, we don't have high enough skills. But that sounds like it would be a reasonably... Oh. There are a few half-burned vampires here, I guess.
Higher clearance required.
Oops.
No, that doesn't work.
I'm not quite clear again what they want here. Like, obviously we're supposed to, you know, we can decontaminate, pyrolyze this room, and that kills her, and then we can get her implant. Is my guess. But, oh, okay, so the safety box is that book? Okay, I initially thought the safety box would be something that a human could get into. You know, so that a human could get safe and the room could get burned up. But I mean, what am I thinking? Why would they care about a human? So what can we use to make that connection? Is that where the gear would have worked?
There's a space for a valve there.
Oh, there actually is a valve there.
Gallagher's not gonna like this.
Is there anything else in here? No. We've done this. Geez, the sparkling is quite strong. Do we have anything? Magnetic key technology, willpower. The vitae of elders is potent. When drunk, it gives a small glimpse of their powers. Galeb feels subjugating others to his will is becoming easier. Lockpicking tool again makes security stronger. Car key found in Jason Moore's things. That he still has these security reports with him seems kind of silly. Like, when you're going on a mission, you wouldn't take data with you that you just took away. So we have a lock we could pick here. And that's one that she's already cleaned, I guess. You know what?
Decontamination complete.
Finally, the cleanup's going to start. We don't have all night.
Ah, okay. Let's do all of these?
Decontamination complete. Decontamination complete.
None too soon. Tank number 1 has been cleaned. Rahim, can you please set up the next test for me when you have time?
I'll take care of it as soon as I'm done with this.
I'll open the door for you.
Ah. Oh, it's a safe room. Good. Do we have a magnetic key?
Acids, thermite, liquid nitrogen. Nice collection.
Okay, so at least we can feed on someone now if we want to.
I don't understand.
Provenance, Vatican, to Boston Treasure Department, inventory. Justinian's font, font 54, font 945. Chalice 1487, Chalice 2507, St. Thomas Censer, and Censer 123. Okay, I guess these are artifacts.
There's a red implant. It might be the one I'm looking for. There must be a way to get him out of here.
Oh, okay, so the problem is there's 3 types of red implants. And these people all have red implants, and so we have to find any of them. Abbé, Sens, Counselor, Tertiary, Novice. So we're looking for a counselor or a tertiary, probably.
This emblem has been severely burned.
No shit, Sherlock. There's a sign next to it.
Excuse me.
If you're looking for a little light reading, this is not the place.
I'm looking for something a little different.
Can I help you?
The person in charge here, if I needed to talk to him, how would I go about doing it?
It's not easy. In general, Father Joseph doesn't leave the conservation area until he has finished his work. If he's restoring something, it can take a long time. He locks himself in with everything he needs, food and drink, and we don't see him again until he's done.
What happens if there's an emergency?
Look around you and ask yourself, what kind of emergency could there ever be in a museum or library?
So he doesn't come out.
That doesn't mean he can't be reached. He approves every request to borrow a book from the conservation area through a computer system.
So, if I request a book, he'll come and hand-deliver it to me?
No, it's automatic. He'll just approve the request. His work is very important. We do everything we can not to interrupt him. I'd rather you not disturb him.
You have to admit it's unusual. I've rarely seen such extreme measures taken for a library. It's like being in a bank.
It's worse than a bank. It's a museum.
I'm intrigued.
All these works are rare and precious. If anything were to happen to them, it would be a devastating loss, especially for Father Joseph. He spends a lot of time maintaining them. He really cares about them.
I see that we have collected a lot of things.
Yes, and it can be complicated to find your way around. What are you working on?
Interrogation methods, sunlight. I think the most realistic thing is actually I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk to you about it.
Well then, you'll find some other way to get the information you're looking for.
I'll be going now.
Treasure Department of the Boston Cenacle Society of St. Leopold. This treasure department is the result of years of research by hundreds of men and women around the world. It is open to all those who stand against the growing darkness, who dedicate their lives to protecting the innocent. The relics, books, and other objects that make up this collection are on loan from other cenacles and even from the Vatican. Due to their nature and age, these objects are rare and fragile, which is why it is necessary to take great care of them and refrain from handling them as much as possible. Although this space is not a church, respect and quiet are required. This is a place of study, research, and contemplation. We firmly believe in the power of symbols and the invocation of beauty to strengthen our forces in this holy war. Please feel free to browse the books in the library, ask to consult our archives, or simply admire the works of those who have gone before us. These relics are on display because they once served their bearer in their struggle against the darkness. May they inspire you in turn, whether you are a believer or not.
Florins that belong to former hunters. What do they hope to get out of them?
It would be kind of funny if they had, you know, like a thing like, oh, that's my toothbrush from when I was younger, or something like that.
Cover of a very old book.
Book bindings of a first edition of a brilliant book. Original binding of the first edition of Divine Wrath by Giovanni Rossi. This type of binding is typical of occult works of the late modern period. The latest copy of this book is available in the consultation room.
Cover of a very old book. These diamonds are nothing compared to the ones I used to sell. It was long ago.
It's long ago. That's, you know, that's a good start. It's not quite, hey, that's my, I don't know, old toilet brush or whatever, but... So the X is the novice. Arcanum Crest. Paint on sculpted wood. A burned emblem from one of the chapters of the Arcanum, a secret society dedicated to the study of supernatural creatures. May this be a reminder of the fact that in a world like ours, the study of arcane subjects puts our lives at risk. Wait, what? Re-education. Ah, okay. I guess the side rooms work, or at least this one does. Oh, what's this? Chapters of the Arcanum, inventory of the organization's known locations. Zurich, status active, address Anwandstraße, 8004, Zurich, Switzerland, Chancellor unknown. This chapter's activity seems to have increased in recent years. Boston, status destroyed, address Chauncey Street, Boston, Massachusetts, 02111, USA. The now infamous Boston Arcanum chapter was the subject of retaliation from the creatures we are fighting. The building, some of its staff, and most importantly, most of the knowledge and works it had collected, were lost to the flames. Very little was able to be recovered. Chauncey Street? That wasn't where Rafa was it? Well, he had a house that burned as well. Vienna, status active, address Jakobergasse, 1010 Vienna, Austria. Chancellor unknown, one of the oldest chapters of the organization founded by its creator himself. New Delhi, status active, address Dr. Rajendra Prasad Road, New Delhi, Delhi 110-001, India. Chancellor Sandeep D'Souza. Chapter placed under increased surveillance by the Vatican. Las Vegas, status active. Address Ogden Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89101 USA. Chancellor Jonathan Kane, no recent activity of note. Vannevar Hall, status active. Address unknown. Chancellor unknown. The origin of all arcana, founded by Benjamin Holmescroft. Okay. There is a lot of, like, you know, dark societies and mages, and things like that. In the world of darkness, the world of Vampire the Masquerade. So I'm wondering if any of these people, or if even this society, is from the original material. It seems like a lot of interesting background. Recommended reading topics: Joseph Manet, Tertiary of Boston, Senecal and Treasure Department Manager. Topic: Sunlight and Vampires. This is one of the most common topics concerning the fight against vampires. However, I strongly recommend reading the words of Tetsuhiro Ishii, a medieval author whose prints allow us to better understand his many observations. Although many of his theories were eventually proven wrong, Suhair Ahmad, in his Great Night Hunt, provides us with an insightful view on the subject. Moreover, his approximations can only incite us to humility in the face of the unknown. Topic: Lycanthropy. Accurately identifying the entirety of their transformation was painstaking due to their close resemblance to their models, whether they were human or wolf. But the intermediate stages were observed quite early, since as early as 1415. Renaissance authors like Hans von Rosenburg formulated very relevant theses about them. more recently, the work of Dr. Carmen Partridge has allowed us to better understand the transformation process and the methods to fight these beasts. That's why I said World of Darkness, because there is Vampire the Masquerade, which was the first thing, and then they expanded that in a World of Darkness, and so there is, I think it's called Werewolf by Night. I hope I'm not mixing that up with the Marvel character. But yeah, there is a werewolf, like, role-playing game that's similar to the Vampire the Masquerade and from the same people. And basically, werewolves and vampires don't like each other very much. Topic: the power of our faith. Several publications report surprising observations: burns on the body, panic attacks, obstructed diabolic powers, all inflicted on these creatures by persons of faith. Vampires would seem to be disturbed by the presence of some of our kind, endowed with great powers that may be linked to their faith in the divine. Unfortunately, many of these accounts are riddled with falsehoods, unfounded conjectures, and other notorious errors. This is why the discerning reader will turn to the work of Dr. Shamus? How does one pronounce his name? I'm suddenly... Shamus, I think was how it was, right? It's weird when you see it written there and aren't just saying it, and so you have to kind of remember, like, if it's written like that, wait, like, how does it sound again? Suddenly unsure about a word or a name. We'll turn to the work of Dr. Shamus Sloan from the early 20th century. It is very well documented and scientifically verified, and teaches us more than any of Marie Simon's writings. This is not to diminish the value of the earlier works, but to put them in context. Very often, the theme of faith has been used for propaganda. And I think in Vampire the Masquerade, basically, you don't have to be, like, Catholic or something like that. It's just faith in general. So, you know, there can be, at least I think, I hope I didn't, like, I read something recently, and I think that was Vampire the Masquerade. But the general idea was that faith in something in general is something that gives you the ability to fight back against the vampires. So it's not just about, you know, being a good Catholic or something, so you can have faith in your own abilities, or you can have faith in science, and suddenly stuff will work better for you. Okay. That a book dispenser or what? Okay. That's locked. That needs a code. Consultation request instructions. The logbook lists all the books stored in the conservation area. You can request any of them by entering the book's reference code into the device. The book will automatically arrive at the lectern. Warning, if a book is being restored, you may still request it. However, the Treasure Department manager will personally oversee your consultation and will handle the book for you. Oh, so if we want to get to him, we need to get him to restore. noting this down. Just in case I can't get it done on this stream. Book return instructions. Press the red button to the right of the lectern and the book will automatically be returned to the conservation area. Okay, so my guess is we can ask for multiple books. List of books in the conservation room. The Great Night Hunt. Remarks on the Resilience of the Dead. A Study on the Demons of Southern Africa. The Apogee of the Blood God. Foundation through Faith. Okay, lots of books. Is there any way to find out which is being restored? I don't think there's anywhere where we can see that. And we probably don't want to feed all books. I borrowed the history of the Society of St. Leopold. I'll bring it back when I'm done. Thanks, E.G. Dang it, that would have been useful for us. Historical timeline, major periods in occult literature. -800 to 500, classical period. 501 to 800, early Middle Ages. 8 to 1200, high Middle Ages. Yeah, okay. Modern period to 1930, 1931 to today, contemporary period. Okay. Not sure what this is supposed to help with. Arcanum meeting, 1896, oil on canvas. Friedrich von Smiesel, Linz, Austria. From left to right. Hans von Friebeis, Bürgermeister, I guess is what that's supposed to mean, of Linz. During his brief time in office, he did his best to establish the Arcanum in the region. Hector Dietrich, Chancellor of the Vienna Arcanum. Charismatic leader with mysterious origins. Some claim he comes from a long line of vampire hunters. Dr. Seamus Sloan. Renowned scientist and author. An expert on supernatural creatures, he is one of the most prolific authors of the late modern period. Julia Spinelli, occultist. Julia was fascinated by the mysteries of the shadows from an early age and was Dr. Sloane's companion. Anton Volodine, hunter. An insatiable monster hunter who disappeared shortly after the meeting. Irina Volodina, hunter. A formidable monster hunter who went missing along with her brother Anton. Interesting, no comment from Galeb. Organization changes. Yes, we've already got that one. I don't know why we would need two, but at least then it's not lying around and I'm thinking, oh, I haven't read that one yet. Notes on Marie Simon. Marie Simon's parallel between the blank bodies and the French Revolution is absolutely gripping. What do they mean by blank bodies? Do they mean vampires? Her cynical view of the events that followed the fall of the Bastille up to the advent of Bonaparte sheds light on the methods used by the creatures of the night to influence human society. And that's a big thing in Vampire the Masquerade, you know, that vampires have been steering society, and, you know, most of the wars that have been fought were actually just because some vampire elder wanted it and, you know, placed the chess pieces so it would happen. But actually it wasn't about whatever the humans were doing on top, and more about what the vampires were using those humans for, or something like that. Although nothing she reports can be verified due to the absence of reliable sources, it is certain that this is not the work of a liar or impostor, as those who guillotined her claimed. This reminds us that truth is a tragic struggle, and that shadows tend to cover everything with their shroud. Okay. Okay.
All that for nothing.
Recommendations for promotion for consideration by the Pope. Society of St. Leopold. In light of their outstanding achievements in recent operations, we recommend the following members for promotion to a higher rank.
I need some coffee.
Marc de Montfaucon, currently Councillor of the Orléans Cenacle. I hope, yeah, I guess that's Orléans.
All that for nothing.
Could be. They think vampires are zombies? Yeah, I don't know. Either that, or are they talking about ghouls, or is there some other faction? For having foiled an infiltration plot threatening the integrity of the Cenacle and the person of Abbé Michel. Enrique Las Casas, currently Tertiary of the Toledo Cenacle, for locating and identifying several creatures. Chiara Favarone, currently Tertiary of the Milan Cenacle, for her contribution to the scientific advances following the supply of material from Operation Antigen in London.
All that for nothing.
Julia Hawkins, currently Novice of the Dublin Cenacle, for her innovative organizational proposals and impeccable work. Signed in Rome on September 13th, 2014, Gianluigi Colonna, Provincial for Western Europe. Switching between the different language pronunciations is really difficult. The Boston Globe, July 17th, 1910. The oldest building in the downtown area went up in flames. A tragic fire in our fair city destroyed one downtown Boston's oldest buildings. One off, I guess, is what they mean. Located on Chauncey Street. Although the fire department arrived quickly, the damage was irreversible. The roof structure, the probable source of the fire, quickly collapsed, leaving no chance to save the building. Despite the complete destruction, only 3 deaths were reported, as there were not many people in the building at the time of the tragedy. An investigation is underway to determine what led to this horrific incident and who was responsible. In this time of mourning, our thoughts and prayers are with the families and friends of the victims. May those who have left us rest in peace. Did we ever note which building? I don't think I noted it down.
I'm getting tired. Oh.
Nope. I don't have a note. If that was the building Rafa was in.
There's nothing quite like the scent of old paper.
Okay, I guess I can't.
Higher clearance required.
Wrong implant?
No shit, Sherlock. Ah. Another safe room. Good.
All that for nothing.
Oh, okay. Those are the doors. Both leading to the same room. We talk to
Orgus
you?
is gonna kill me if I don't finish.
Oh my, how lewd!
Just saying. Consultation procedure, Boston Senecal Treasure Department. Go to the consultation room, choose the work you would like to consult on the control panel. The manager will approve your request and send you the book. Return the book before leaving the room. Please be extremely careful with these rare and priceless books. So we could talk to him, I guess. Can I talk to her again?
Yes?
I can't find the history of the Society of St. Leopold in the library.
Someone must have checked it out.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I'm not in charge of book loans. I'm just here to do my research.
Very well. I'll be going now.
That should work.
Anything?
Once I fixed it, I am off to bed.
This appears to be from the last century.
I'm kind of... slightly flummoxed.
All right, that's better.
I guess the only thing we can do is go in that room where she is. Because we don't have enough skill to do the fire thing. Or at least not to rescue the electricity box. The question is the electricity box
Don't have anything better to do? In case you were wondering, this isn't dinner and a show. Get back to work.
A surgical steel table that's been carefully put away. Everything is ready for an operation.
A transplant. JDF 03320. Not sure if that's going to be important.
These gloves are made from thin plastic. It would be easy to tear them.
Seems like a really stupid thing to do, but it's really the only thing I can do, is it?
What the hell are you doing?
I might as well throw that out now. Good job. Go get me this creature's cerebellum from cold storage.
Here's the pass and the reference of the member I was working on. And hurry up!
Oh. Now we have a pass. Access key card to the cold storage room. And organ reference. Okay, let's look. Piece of paper with a handwritten note from the clinic manager asking you to bring an organ from cold storage. Code of the organ studied. JDF03320. That's the number I noted. Okay. Bring me the cerebellum of this blank body.
Decontamination complete.
So I think we'll have a look at the map. I mean, it seemed kind of reckless, you know, to just grab and like tear the implant out of her hand, you know.
Oh.
That's a bit
that
loud. Okay, and so the manipulation unit is the room she goes in, so she only has to stick her hands through gloves. The experimentation room is where the dangerous stuff goes, and the observation room is what we went through. And so we are here, and so the lab. Oh, and cold storage is behind. What was his name? Harry? Dr. Harry? Was a weird name. Like it's just next door to where we were. The wrong turn that I took earlier.
Alright. Concentrate.
Oh, another
Is
safe
that
one.
what they've got planned for us? These people must be stopped, or we'll all end up here. I can't accept that. I feel that urge, like something is tearing me apart.
Apparently you are in cold storage. Great. I'll unlock the box containing the cerebellum. Hurry up.
Job Carver. Found a security key. Wasn't Job Carver the guy from the Anarchs? What was his name? Yeah. He was the child of the previous Baron. So I guess that's where he ended up.
No, that's not possible.
Wait. Joe Carver's box ends with J. It starts with JC. And then M. So JD. Uh-oh. What was her name? Jara? Was it Jara Drury or something like that? So maybe the blank bodies...
There's nothing to be done. It's locked. There's no way to open it.
SH.
It won't open.
Santiago Herrera. Okay. So, but the one vampire we were looking for was JD. Kristen Wright. Miley Sellers? Is Miley the... I think that was the child of...
No, that's not possible. There's nothing to be done. It's locked.
Victoria Turner? Kristen Wright?
It won't open.
Hi Tony, how's it going? Doing well. We just found the cold storage room where apparently they're keeping all sorts of bits of dead vampires. Tommy Hurst, Hasnan Lynn, Colby Lynch. So we're looking for someone with JD, and I think the F or M means male, female. So oh, there's a bunch with JD here. JDF 1100, 1140, 1280. Montgomery Kieran Olsen. I wonder if any of these names are special, you know, like if it's this is where they keep vampire parts. Yeah, that's where they collect vampire parts, the enemies. What was I saying? Yeah, I wonder if either some of these names are, you know, like from well-known Vampire the Masquerade stories, or if some of these are, you know, names of the developers or something like that. These are the ones we already looked at. Organ codes. Okay, we want a cerebellum, which is 120. So I guess we're looking for JDF3 120, not 320. And 320 would be the left arm. Left arm? I guess it depends, yeah. I mean, it lay like it looked more like a right arm, but maybe I just didn't pay attention to the thumb. Victor Chen? I think that was the bodyguard, wasn't it?
There's nothing to be done. It's locked.
Frankie Pham, Velma Sunford, Joyce Stevenson, Linda Mason, Lucy Lang, Helena Molina, Joel Donaldson, Jocelyn Duchamp, Hisham Harrington, or Hisham, Farrell McMahon, Stanley Pollard, Edwin Sanford.
No, that's not possible.
There's more. Those are duplicates, I think. Joel Donaldson, Duchamp, Harrington, yeah. I guess they needed more than one shelf for some. Oh, putrefied? Okay, both sides are. Okay, here. Oh, am I working backwards? Then maybe it's not double. Hammond, Daniela Khan, Duchamp, McMahon, Pollard, Sanford, Amit Shaffer, Nigel Villegas, Hussein Weiss, Doisneau, Josiah Blankenship, Simon Brandt, Colm Brook, Megan Stone, Schwartz, Priya Mata, Himiko, Abigail, where is who we're looking for? Louis Haynes, Jimmy Meadows, Sebastian Morales, Beth Jara Drury. There it is. Ida Collins, Amy Bell, Autumn Berg, Anna Brooker, Albert Rocha, Ashard Rankin, Frank Pope. Okay. That's not good. 120. Three 250, 3 420.
I never thought I'd be handling a cerebellum.
Why are we just taking this out? Why aren't we carrying this? Why aren't we carrying an icebox? That doesn't seem very smart or correct treatment.
Decontamination complete.
I still don't see what I asked for on my table.
You sure took long enough.
I can finally get back to work.
So the question is, do we now try it again?
These gloves are made from thin plastic. It would be easy to tear them.
I guess we'll just try it because I know nothing. Little had know nothing else to do.
I need that.
What?
I have a red implant. Will it allow me to see Stanford's location?
Very subtle.
Decontamination complete.
But I guess this is how we proceed.
That's better.
You know, you probably have to get all 3 implants in a row. Ooh. I wonder if that's...
The elevator just came down.
Huh.
The implant was deactivated. I need to be careful. That's the key to my cover.
Okay, so implants don't last forever. So my guess is we can probably So I hope this doesn't mean that we only have one attempt in total, but rather that if we used our blue implant, we'd lock it down.
Is that it?
Welcome, Counselor Faveron.
Very well. Let's see what I have access to now. Wonderful. I can access the database. Stanford. Based on the GPS data, he's not far off. But below me, there's something flashing here. What did I unlock? A draft by Kiara Faveron.
Monsignor, I am very honored by your offer to take over from you, but I am afraid I must decline. Our strategy is flawed. I've already told you that, and I wouldn't want to do any dishonor to your legacy here. Kiara Faveron. End of dictation.
Interesting. But I'm here for Stanford. It's now or never.
There he is!
Oops. That didn't go as planned.
Take him downstairs.
Well, I guess we're downstairs. Oh, they
Today
took
is
my...
September 6th, 2019. This is confession number 6, conducted by Father Walter Stanford. I'm being assisted by Agents Hawthorne and Beck from SAD. The blank body was apprehended in our laboratory. I imagine you used one of your little magic tricks on the guards at the entrance to get inside. I don't recommend that you attempt that with me.
I must endure this.
Very well. Let's get down to the heart of the matter. Begin by identifying yourself.
I should have fed on someone.
Come on now. Silence is not the remedy. You disappoint me. I expected more maturity from an old leech like yourself. We know all about you. Galeb, Suleiman, Parasite. They're all just synonyms. Repeat after me, Suleiman. Confiteor Deo omnipotenti. Repeat. Mea culpa. Mea maxima culpa. Bear your guilt until your imminent final death. Bear it, and may the Lord have mercy on you. But let's not waste our time on trivial matters. You're a businessman. After all, time is precious to you, even if you have all eternity at your disposition.
What do you want?
I ask the questions, you answer. Things will be clearer that way. What did you hope to accomplish by coming here?
Let me go.
I warned you. That won't work with me.
He should have submitted to my will.
You'll learn that I admire courage. But sometimes it comes with a price. Pray, if you still can. Domine labialis. Maybe you'll stop your foolishness now. Be that as it may, you managed to find us. How?
We have eyes everywhere. Did you really think we wouldn't notice anything?
Impressive. Not to mention the fact that you managed to get in here. That's no small feat for a vampire alone. Were there any lost souls that helped you?
You'll never make me talk.
This could all be so much more pleasant. It's my fault. I must not have made myself clear enough. take no pleasure in any of this. You're going to need to be more reasonable now. Let's try something else now. A subject that's especially dear to me. I know there's a place where you believe you are in safety. Since you know where we are, don't you think it's only fair that you tell us where you are?
We don't have any place like that anymore.
Do you take me for an idiot? You leave me no choice. I'm going to have to purify you.
We've lost.
I can't take it anymore.
Oh, you wretched creature. How? Remove that before we continue.
Oh.
It seems we've caught another who's of greater interest than you.
Who?
See you soon, Galeb.
I'm kind of tempted. Success. You didn't reveal anything to Stanford. You discovered Stanford's location and Counselor Favaroni's doubts. You killed Counselor Favaroni. You only took the implant you needed. Oh, okay, so the others... Yeah, I mean, this was the right implant. Alternative, you could have found an ally within the Society of St. Leopold. You could have destroyed books that were highly valuable to the Society of St. Leopold. Alright, but this... Okay, that was a little more gruesome. That was the word. Gruesome. Like a soup. Wasn't that what gruel was? Yeah, that was a little more gruesome than I thought. Also, again, I guess I should have fed before I did this. That's another moment. And I'm kind of... You know, we've done one quest over. And it would be kind of cool to be able to redo one. And see if we can make it better. And I didn't even know we were looking for suspicious items. Despite the unforeseen obstacles, MM, Galeb, and Leisha have all managed to make their way into the enemy hideout. Halsey exists, but has been captured. Leisha wants to save her from the SAD's clutches at any cost. So, I guess, that's what we'll be doing after the break. Or maybe... You're always looking for suspicious items. Yeah, I guess. Well, you cannot break omelets without making some eggs, or how did that saying go? Yeah, that... didn't feel that nice to take out. I mean, you know, she was experimenting on sort of dead friends of ours, so that's what they gave us. But burning books sounds not like what an ethical vampire would do. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm actually thinking about stopping here. We did one stream. Usually we would have a break here, and we're at a good story break, and yeah, I'm getting kind of tired, and I could go on for a little while, but I think I don't have an entire evening in me still. So I think we'll call it a day here. I hope you enjoyed it so far, and I guess I push this button, and I push this button. So we're close to the end of the stream, and I'll just have a quick look if there's anything we can raid, so that you people don't have to think, oh yeah, there's another... Let's make another attempt at raiding Justice Pirate. We did that before last time, but we hit the end of her message in a bottle. So let's try that. Please come along. Maybe she will give you some interesting life advice. And since she usually streams at the same time, it's always it's rare that I get to watch these streams. During the week she plays Quake Champions and Halo Infinite sometimes, and I've seen those, and those are real fun, so I want to see. And if not, I guess she plays games afterwards. Last time we got to drop in on the end of some GeoGuessr, or however you pronounce that. Anyway, thank you for being here with me, and I hope you had fun. This last chapter is the longest, I assume. I don't know, but I think there will probably be several small chapters. Again, because this only says Leisha. So my guess is we'll get the other characters as well. We at least need to find out what happened to Galeb, right? Unless Leisha finds that out. I guess the order here is probably forced, so we can do that. Anyway, thank you. And bye-bye. It was great. See you next week, same time.